Last year, I made a video going over the biggest fines in NASCAR history, but since then, stock car racing has seen an even bigger fine penalty handed out. So what is the list now? What is the top 5 of the biggest NASCAR penalties ever? Now, I am talking only in financial terms here. I am not talking in terms of sporting penalties, in terms of either disqualifications or time penalties to drivers. I'm purely speaking in financial terms here. Now, penalties in stock car racing goes all the way back to the very first ever NASCAR race back in 1949. This was held on a 3/4 mile dirt track in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the first ever NASCAR race saw an instance of cheating. Glenn Dunaway won the race by a whopping 3 miles ahead of Jim Roper, racing a Herbert Westmoreland 1947 Ford. But the car, which was a genuine moonshine runner back in the day, and was subsequently disqualified from the race. A lawsuit then followed, which was then thrown out of court, which allowed NASCAR founder Bill France Sr. to be emboldened in handing out penalties. And we've seen some huge penalties in recent times in NASCAR. And the oldest one on our top 5 is Carl Long's oversized engine back in 2009. Carl Long's penalty for an oversized engine at Charlotte in 2009 was a game changer at the time. He was fined $200,000, and that was at the time the largest in the history of NASCAR for doing so. I shouldn't need to tell you why having an oversized engine is a bad thing. Bigger engine, more power, therefore it's illegal. And because he was unable to pay the fine at the time, he was indeed banned from NASCAR racing for 8 seasons as a result. And the penalty impacted his career and ultimately the financial viability of smaller teams in NASCAR. Number 4 on our list is Chase Briscoe's L3 penalty. Brisco, who was racing for Stewart-Haas Racing at the time, faced NASCAR's first ever L3 penalty in 2023 for using counterfeit parts on his next-gen car. The massive $250,000 fine, coupled with a point loss for the event, proved how seriously NASCAR takes illegal modifications. The penalty was a reminder that even top teams must comply with strict standards, and that cost them $250,000. Number 3, Springgate. The Springgate scandal rocked NASCAR back in 2013 after suspicious race manipulation at the Richmond race that year. Clint Boyer's spin and Brian Vickers' odd pit stop led to Michael Waltrip Racing receiving a $300,000 fine and the removal of Truex Jr. from the playoffs. The penalty system ultimately led to MWR's downfall in NASCAR Cup Series racing. Number 2, Unapproved Modifications. This was the largest NASCAR fine at the time when I made my previous video, costing a massive $500,000. 5 teams, including Hendrick Motorsports, were penalized $500,000 in 2023 for modifying hood louvers. The infraction led to hefty fines and points deductions, reinforcing NASCAR's tough stance on maintaining fair competition in their sport. After all, if you can't trust what you're seeing on the screen, nobody will want to watch it. The penalty highlighted how small tweaks can lead to major consequences for even the best teams, and indeed we've seen a few disqualifications this year in 2025 for illegal car parts and modifications that are unapproved by NASCAR. But number 1, race manipulation, last year in 2024. In one of NASCAR's biggest ever controversies, teams such as Bubba Wallace's 23XI Racing and Austin Dillon's Richard Childress Racing were hit with hefty fines for race manipulations at Martinsville last year. With a $100,000 fine for each driver and significant points deductions, the penalty sent shockwaves through the sport, leading to suspension and a dark chapter for race integrity in stock car racing. In total, it is the biggest ever fine in NASCAR history, running up $600,000 in total. So there you go, guys. Those are the biggest fines in NASCAR history. Could we see another one join these in 2025? I hope not. We don't want these controversies, but they're very much interesting to talk about. Let me know if you want me to go more in depth with explainer videos on these incidents, of course. If you want me to go over Springgate and the controversy over that, of course, or anything else, or a different controversy in NASCAR. It does very well for our Formula 1 content, so I want to hear about stock car as well. Let me know if you want to hear about that as well. But yeah, see you soon for much more content like this on the world of stock car racing and beyond, guys. And have a great day wherever you're in the world today, and like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this.